Hi, Autumn. This is Pam Stiggs. I am Tim's English teacher. I thought it would be easier to show you rather than try and text it or type it out in an email. So his progress and his grade are actually two different things. And I think the progress is what you were talking about. So what this means is that he's clicked through all of the pages that are open in our content pages. So that's where the progress comes from. So I'll show you really quick. So if we go into content, what happens is once he clicks on a page, he'll get a check. So like this check right here means that he's clicked onto that page and looked at it. It does not mean that he's completed it. So that's kind of like the tricky caveat to this whole thing is that it just is kind of letting you know that he's been to that lesson page, whether he's read it or not. I don't know, like that's we don't know that. It's just that it's clicked on. So all these little checks here show us that like he's been to all of those lesson pages, which is great, right? So if we look at his grade book, so that's where his grade's coming from. So if I open up his grade book tab, we obviously want all those checks to be there and him to go over all those pages, right? But this is where his grade is coming from. So this is why he has an F right now. So the getting to know you discussion board assignment, he did not complete it the correct way. So there's 10 questions. Basically, he has to answer the 10 questions and post them to the discussion board, right? So he did not do that. For the email etiquette assignment, he only did half of it. So he, let's see, he earned 5 points. So he actually posted to the discussion board, but he did not send me a formal email. So the other part of the assignment is to write an actual email with the information that he posts in the discussion board and send me a formal email. That's all he has to do, and he'll earn those additional 5 points, right? So that's where he's falling short there. Then if we scroll down, you can see in his grammar quiz, he got a 2 out of 5, and his Unit 4 test, he got a 12 out of 30. So I will tell you, we covered the Unit 4 test, which is Cask of Amontillado, and we also went over comma, like I did a comma lesson on Monday. All of these are recorded in the classroom. And he can rewatch those videos. Every quiz or test is set for 2 attempts. So I can go and look and see where he's at, and I'll make sure that he'll have at least 1 attempt left. So if he's done 2 already, I'll delete 1 and then he can try again. But my advice is that he's definitely watching the recordings again before he attempts these tests. I will tell you, the reason he may not be doing well on these is because when we're in Class Connect, he is having side conversations with other students and he's not paying attention as well as he should be. He's one that I've kind of had to talk to, or I've noticed that he is having side conversations and he's not necessarily on task with students or on task with what we're doing in class, which would totally explain his scores right now. So for future, he definitely wants to make sure that he's paying attention in class and not having those side conversations. So these 2 he can do. They're open till the 31st. So after the 31st of October, they're closing. So he's going to want to jump in and do these as quickly as possible. And then, like I said, I'll reset one of these for him if he's done both attempts already, and he can retake those. So currently the reason he has enough in class is because every assignment he has completed for me, he's earned enough on that assignment. So that's the difference. So these are the actual assignments in grades. And then the other was that content where it shows his progress, which means the progress is just him clicking through these pages. And that's what that progress shows here back on that home page. So if you have any additional questions, please do not hesitate to let me know. Hopefully once he takes those quizzes, retakes those quizzes and gets those 2 things turned in, this will be an A. And then, like I said, I just want to see him focus a little more in Class Connect when he's in there. I have over 200 students in there, and it's super easy for them to get like talking to each other. So I take away chat sometimes, and then as soon as I turn chat back on, they jump back into those conversations, and it's just a bad habit to get into. He for sure wants to focus in class and make sure that he's talking about whatever we're talking about in class and not side conversation. So hopefully that all makes sense. If you have any questions, please let me know.